So grab my face and then
Because
just
you're speaker view gallery. Got it. Boom. I got it. Ready? What's up, guys? Welcome to JPMP. My name is JP. What?
JP. Whoa, that was weird.
My name is Justin. In case you're unfamiliar, that's Manny over there on the left side. How are you guys doing today? How are you doing, Manny?
I'm alive.
You know, Manny texted me earlier today. He said, "Hey, what you doing?" I said, "It's a Monday night. Not really doing anything right now." He said, Let's record." I said, "What do you want to record? I don't really have the time to listen to an album right now." I don't think familiar.
I don't think that works for us. I think what works best with us is just talking about music.
Yes, we can do.
So I foresee this being a podcast one day.
Here we go.
Right now, I'm just catching up, man.
I was like, okay, just give me an album that like we know because I can't listen. So what we're gonna do today is really just catching up with each other musically with cameras in front of us. That's really kind of all this comes down to. Today we're gonna be talking about what have we been listening to.
Yep.
You know, in general, what we haven't talked in a long time, especially musically. People on my channel think that we're fighting, think that we're divorced. I tell them check his left hand, look at his ring finger. It's clear as day, guys.
It's gone.
Clear as day. You sold it. You pawned it. You know, I got you that good strawberry ring pop. Come on. No, but I mean, it's definitely been a long time since we've talked musically. You know, and what I've always liked about us in particular is we are like a Venn diagram musically. There are on the outer circles, we are completely different. Like we couldn't be more different. But then we have those spheres that just kind of merge together, they coalesce, and what do you know? We got some common ground. So
JP and MP.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Just kind of works. It just fits. So Manny, allow me to open the floor to you. What have you been listening to recently? What has sparked your interest? What have you listened to, and what stayed? What's not stayed? What have you listened to and you'd be like, oh, I don't like that. But then maybe what have you listened to that's really hit you? You know?
Yeah, I think as of recent, there's been a lot of. I've always looked at music like emotionally, right? It's always had like an emotional impact in my life, and I kind of segregate parts of my life based on music albums.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that in 2009 I was listening to Chevelle Sci-Fi Crimes. Like I know that in early 2000s that's the Linkin Park area, and this is what I was doing. So as of recent, I had a couple of big changes in my life, and I had a couple oh man, this is really hard to admit, but it's more like I've been feeling almost a little bit scared of growing up. And I'll tell you how this leads to music.
Wait, no problem. Take your time.
I'm going to bring it around. So what's interesting is because I've been feeling like that, I find myself going back to doing a lot of the things I loved doing, right? And doing without a sense of like, I have to make money out of it, or I have to be this, I have to do this sort of thing. Like, for example, one of those things is like going back to drawing.
Okay, I was actually thinking that. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Or just watching anime, or like taking a day and just not doing anything related to like what I normally do for work, which is like video production stuff. So one thing that's been very interesting to me is I'm finding myself listening to a lot of older music. And I have been like exploring different stuff. I mean, there's been a couple bands like Coop, Monster Rally, just to name a couple that I've been like turned on to. I'm like, wow, this is great. Listening to a lot of the standards and kind of like delving into that again. But like listening to a lot of these old albums that I was just really like listening to it without any sense of like, it's okay. Like it's not wrong to listen to this stuff and to relive it and relive that feeling. So as of recent, like Chevelle has been like this really nice go to. And I just remember falling asleep to these albums and just listening to like the melodies and like it spurred me to like play guitar again. Like to the point where I bought an orange amp, which is the amp I've always wanted.
Okay.
Like the little micro tears, and like I can play near my bedside, and I'm learning these songs again, and kind of letting myself feel like I'm 19, 18 again.
Understood. So question for you. So when you're going back and listening to the music and the songs that you listened to, for example, when you were 19, is this journey for you more nostalgia based? Are you trying to recapture those feelings that you felt when you were younger because you feel like you're growing up in a sense and you're scared to grow up too fast and you want to take a break, take a breather, and kind of relive where you were before? Is this like a nostalgia-led journey that you're coming back?
I don't think it's a nostalgia-led journey. I think what it is that's just the type of person I've been. And as you grow up, you start to lose that a little bit. Like there's a while where I didn't listen to, like when we weren't doing as much JPMP. Well, it's different when we were doing JPMP, right? We had a system of like, listen to a song, review it, listen to a song, review it. And that gets for our dynamic, I think that would get stale after a while. Even reviewing albums, having that pressure like made me not want to listen to music because I'm being forced to. I had another factor for my line of work. I had to listen to, I don't listen to regular music. I go to like sites like Epidemic Sound and I have to search for music based off what the client needs. So I need a happy corporate, whatever. For 2.5, 3 years, the majority of what I listened to was that.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I think in that process, in that journey, you start to lose yourself into like, oh man, like I'm losing the type of person that I was, which the type of person I was like, I played guitar. I played, music. I listened to these bands that I still love without like any second thought, any second feeling, like
any pretense, nothing.
Yeah. Like, and I just got lost in those. So like, I don't think it's nostalgia based so much as it's like, it sounds really cheesy, but like rediscovering like what I really like and taking a step back from things related to work, which is kind of why like I texted you today. Cause I'm like, me and Justin used to just always talk about music, whether it led about music or not, but like we just talked about music. So I'm like, why don't we just
in general, just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. So what music have you been listening to? Let me bring it back to the original question. What songs, what artists, what bands, what have you been listening to recently? What's the latest thing that you've like, been engaging with? Like on my Spotify playlist? Sure. Like what's the newest? What's the most recent?
The most recent is Chevelle's new album that just came out.
Like just came out like this year or last year?
Like this month. Just came out.
Okay. Which
I thought was interesting.
What do you think of it?
I haven't gotten through all of it, but listening to like I haven't listened to the last 4 songs. But I've been listening to almost all of their albums, like from beginning to end. Going back to a lot of Green Day, like all the old stuff I used to really listen to, because I just remember being like kept in like a safe space as I was listening to it. Like, like I guess part of it is nostalgia, but I think a lot of it though is like, hey, like you used to feel something when you listened to this. You weren't listening to it with a purpose. Gorillaz, most of their albums. And I know they have a new one out, but I just haven't gotten around to listening to it yet.
It's quite good. It's pretty good. I think you'd like it.
And then, all the Chili Peppers again, because that's like how I first started learning how to play guitar, is like listening to them. So in that sort of way, I've been kind of starting from the beginning again, and sprinkling back in, newer music, because it is important to just expand that as well. Have you listened to Coop?
I don't even know who it is, to be honest.
I think you might like them. They're like a they're like the standards kind of style, but then like they have like a jazz vibe to it too.
Okay.
But it's like more modern. It's not as like 1920s, 1940s.
Right. Okay. No, I've never heard of them. Is it a group of like singers, or is it like?
I think it's like two people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a duo.
Okay, gotcha. No, I haven't heard of them at all. What was the other band that you had mentioned before too? You mentioned another band when you mentioned Coop, but I don't remember.
Monster Rally.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
They're good. They're good.
What are they?
I would say they're almost like a lo-fi, but like they're not really lo-fi. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Are they rap, rock, pop, jazz?
They're a mix between like lo-fi beats and like telepop music, Angel Milk.
Okay.
Like something in that area. Surfaces I've been listening to, just like a really easy listening band.
Okay.
Oh, even like recently, so I know a guy who knows another guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy knows Jay Henderson, who manages one of the basketball players from the Houston Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and my team shot like a small blog for like a little documentary for Jay Henderson's son, who's like an up and coming like basketball player. And then that day was awesome because we got to film Sway Lee that night because I guess like they knew each other or something like that. Post Malone was supposed to be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Sway Lee, Post Malone, I'm like, I never really listened to them. I mean, you hear them in passing, you see them on Hot Ones or whatever it is, like Post Malone. Post Malone has a really good voice.
Yeah. No, he seems like a cool guy. He's not really my type of music overall, but yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, I've dabbled a little bit into like, what do most people listen to? Like, what's popular? So I've been listening to some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gone as far as like listening to like The Weeknd or like any of those really heavy pop commercialized sort of like music, but I've been kind of getting into these artists that are just like, oh wow, I never would have even thought to listen to them. But when you break them down as an artist, you're just like, oh, well, he actually sings really well. Sway Lee, super talented dude, really nice guy. And he sings really, really well, in my opinion. Like I've heard some of his acoustic stuff. But yeah, that's really what has been going on lately as far as me and music.
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of pop artists, they sing really well. They do really great production and stuff like that. I think there is a sort of stereotypical kind of look at pop music because pop is really just what's popular. I mean, that's what it stands for. It's whatever's popular at the time. At some points in history, that's going to be rock. At some point in history, as of right now, it's going to be more rap, trap, that kind of thing. The very emotional singing, some R&B, So, I mean, I think overall pop gets a bad rap, even if I myself don't really listen to it. I don't hate it. It is what it is. It's pop, I don't think that there's necessarily anything like usually stand outish about radio pop. But at the same time, I mean, it's enjoyable for what it is, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time,
Yeah. How about you? How's like I've noticed that on your channel, congratulations on you cracked 14K.
Thank you.
Very well deserved. How has it been? Like, I noticed you listen to a lot of not older style, wrong word, but like stuff that's not normally being played right now.
Right.
How's it been like listening to that almost on a daily basis, even though you vocal record, but like,
right.
How's that been? Like, you feel like it's stifled you from like reaching out to other music and like not being able to like express it?
Right. Honestly, not at all. It's actually like, without trying to put on a front or anything like that, it's actually been really like eye-opening because growing up, like, I think I've told you this before and I've talked to you about this before, but growing up into Linkin Park and Massive Attack and kind of stuff like that, I've always been more like modern minded when it comes to certain things with music wise. And I honestly have never had any sort of interest in any like rock pre-80s.
Okay.
It just,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
I hear
that's why I had such a hard time.
Yeah, like I used to hear the production and I was like, oh, like I hate it. And it was just like,
It wasn't crisp enough.
I just didn't like it, you know?
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing. I think that if I had started either JPMP or my own channel when I was younger, it would have been horrible because I wasn't like, for lack of a better word, musically mature for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I could see that. In a lot of ways,
yeah.
I feel the same way. Like that's why
Mm-hmm.
like I kind of had to start backwards again. Like I had to go
Mm-hmm.
back, like what really made me feel something. And then
Mm-hmm.
you kind of have to be like, you have to realize also that like, oh, well, there is music in 2021 that
Mm-hmm.
still can make you feel that.
Oh, 100%. And
Because
if you say that it's not, then you're not looking or you're not
yeah,
listening.
yeah,
No, no,
you
no,
gotta
no, no,
look.
no, no. Because like, and I even understand the history, right? So for example, the radio used to be the main proponent of discovering music.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, a lot of people hold on to the radio so, in high regard. And that
Right.
makes sense. That was the way to discover music. You hear it on the radio and they're playing like the coolest stuff because those artists and those bands were pushing,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like it is today. Definitely. You would hear it, you'd be like amazed, and you would go out to the record store and pick up the vinyl, right? That's how it was. Now it's more internet based and it's more like about getting clicks rather than, you know, making like a good song, for lack of a better word. But like I said, in the same way, there are plenty, and I mean plenty, probably more so now than ever before, of great artists who are doing the same things, if not sometimes even better than the past.
Yeah.
The point I was getting to is that now I view like the 70s honestly as like the best like period of music, just the way it exploded and everything.
A lot of that the
Dude,
post rock from the 70s.
yeah, I mean, bands like Talk Talk apparently like invented post rock and like we're really one
Mm-hmm.
of the forerunners. But like it's really cool for me to listen to older music like that because I actually start to understand the history.
Okay.
Like right now I'm listening to Abbey Road by the Beatles. I've never
Interesting.
I've never listened to the Beatles before. I've
Mm-hmm.
heard a few songs here and there, and I was like, it's
Overrated.
fine. I was like, I get it,
Yeah.
like okay, sure. But dude, have you ever listened to Abbey Road?
I've not listened to Abbey Road. I've listened to whatever album Across the Universe is on. I actually do like most of the
Okay,
songs.
okay. On your own time, listen to Abbey Road. Okay,
I'm saving it right
don't
now.
play it here because we'll get blocked.
Then we can't get
but
monetized.
but listen to Abbey Road, and I did not know that the Beatles were capable of this type of music, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly did not know. Like I'm dumbfounded, and I feel so stupid because now I understand. Oh, this is why everyone like talks about the Beatles and how they reinvented music.
Yeah.
Period. You know.
Yeah.
So like that's just
You
that's
see
just
how
crazy,
like you see how hyped you can get with like listening to something new, like and
right?
like I enjoy music where you can like delve into it. A lot of people just
hmm
kind of look at the music as, face value, like, oh, that sounds nice, or it sounds
Right.
good, or like, oh yeah, it's technically this or whatever.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like like I'll reference Chevelle again because
hmm
I've looked so much into like their writing.
hmm
It's inspired this like childlike nostalgia again. Like it's
Yeah.
okay to like not be trying to make money 24/7 because like you get
Of
caught in that,
course.
right? Especially
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you probably can feel it too, like
hmm
and growing just JP,
hmm
like I'm sure there is some sort of pull at times to like, oh man, I want to keep at this, like I want to keep
Right.
going
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
working, but
Yeah.
then you don't want to let that crowd the love of the thing that inspires you to enjoy the piece of music that you're listening to. So
Right.
like
hmm
and listening to like older stuff and like just looking at why I liked it, it's inspired me to do like other things
hmm
like for the last like 6 months I've been trying to like write this graphic novel
Okay. All right.
and I can't draw, so I can't draw like that.
I
So
mean,
like today was like,
you're
it's
kind
okay.
of you're better than you're putting yourself.
Thanks. I mean, but like to draw comic book style, like that takes
Mhm.
like to draw the panels and to do all that kind of stuff. It's like that's kind of hindering me. So like today was like the first day that like I sat down, I start writing what I think is going to be the book.
Right.
And I would have never felt that need like to get words on a page now.
Hmm.
Like I do video and I love doing video and stuff like that. But like, hey, maybe I can write a book. Like I like to write.
Right.
I've always loved to write. Like when I used to write music and stuff. So like I would have never felt that if I didn't start if the music I listened to back years ago didn't have this impact on me. So like it's inspiring me again to like not only do other things that are in my creative skill set, but with
Hmm.
like in searching for more music that can make me feel like that. And it's
Right.
crazy because like music dictates so
Yeah.
much of at least my life and like what I feel like there's nothing like putting on headphones and then
Hmm.
plugging in your guitar and then like you have your AirPods underneath these
Yeah. I know what you
and you're
mean.
listening to your song and you think you're up on stage.
Yeah.
You
There's no
know,
better feeling.
there's no better feeling. So it's like I've been letting myself feel that again. And I don't
Without
know why
pressure. Yeah.
without pressure. I'm like, and I don't know
Mhm.
why. Like, why do we lose that?
To be honest, I think a big part of that is just time. I think
That's terrible. Maybe
because I
maybe
mean,
Pink Floyd was right.
yeah, I mean, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, time is a limited thing, right? You only have so many hours in a day. You cannot change that. You will never be able to change that. It's how you use your
Yeah.
time. And I think that as you're growing up, and I think you would agree, now that you're a father, you have a kid, a portion of that time that you've had has to go to the child. It's not a bad thing. That's
Yeah.
just how it works.
Yeah.
So you only have a certain percentage of the pie. How much are you going to devote to music, which is, for lack of a better word, usually a leisurely thing, right? Recreational.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though that's more of, I think that music is like a big mental health kind of thing as well. So you have
Yeah.
to take time out for things like that that give you that deep emotional resonance. For us, it's music. For you also, it's drawing, doing the writing, playing the guitar while listening to music. So I think that when you take out time for that kind of stuff, that's when it really relieves the pressure. You're opening up the valve, you're letting some of the air out, you're just kind of chilling a little bit, you know?
Yeah. It's super important, dude.
Hmm.
How's it been like how do you I have a question for you as far as
Please,
like
please.
just JP because with JPMP like this is easy to keep going but I feel
Mhm.
like uh, how do you think of more things to do with your channel because I know you've been like kind of exploring other things other than like
Mhm.
just doing the reviews so like
Right.
do you get like how do you get the gears turning to start thinking of other things.
I have a lot of ideas. It's just the energy and the time to put those ideas into action in a way that is quality, not just
Hmm.
doing, a shallow kind of video. So, I mean,
Yeah.
those easy things you could think of, like, top 10 vocalists or top 10 drummers, that's easy stuff. But like, I kind of want to do like, I'm going to spoil some things I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking of like almost doing more, I don't know the exact word, more like opinion pieces. For example, like, I was just thinking about like music and spirituality. How do the two things kind of work together?
Hmm.
And you find spirituality in music, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know why I just like thought of something like that. And I was like, that'd be a good topic to like, I don't know, kind of explore. Um, I also thought about one video I did make was the top 10 albums that influenced you and made you who you are. But what do you feel about them today? Or how do you feel about them today?
You did that on your channel.
Yeah.
We need to do that on this channel.
We can, because I thought that was a really interesting topic to explore. Because,
You
for
think Justin will
example,
let us do that?
for example, I mean, I put Linkin Park Meteora in that because that is absolutely one of the albums that influenced my life. Nowadays, I really could care less about it, and it's not really a part of my life. It's just not my thing.
Right.
But other albums have clearly influenced who I am, and I explained like how they influenced me and stuff like that. So I think things like that are really cool because it's something that, of course, you give your opinion on, but then everyone else is going to put their thoughts, their comments, their top 10 albums that influence their lives. And it's really cool to see like what's influenced other people's lives. And I see albums and I'm like, I'd never even heard of that. Like, what is that? You know, it's like, what? Or you see an album, you're like, how did that influence your life? But it's cool to hear the explanations, the stories, the experiences, and all that stuff. I mean, it's really cool. It's like a conversation, really, you know, when you do stuff like that. And it's interesting. Like I said, I mean, I could do the top 5 vocalist thing. I don't feel like that's really thought-provoking, for lack of a better word. It's just kind of an easy, shallow topic. It might be a good topic to do, I mean, because people are curious, but it's not like engaging. I like to engage, have a little thought, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can do that like in addition to your reviews.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, the first listen videos are fun for me. And because I bulk record them, for example, like the past 2 weeks, I haven't touched Just JP with editing or recording for like, I've taken Monday through Friday off.
Right.
Like just not even touching it, you know, which that kind of rejuvenates you. And honestly, I haven't really gotten to the point where I get tired of recording or I get tired of listening to the music, because if I come to sit down to record a video, I'm choosing songs or artists that I want to listen to at the time. You know, so sometimes I'm not in the mood to listen to a 10, 15-minute song. I'm not going to record it there because I'm not in the mood for it. You know, I want to have the time to like enjoy it and like kind of relish it. I mean, that's how you have the magic of a first listen. You know, it's your first kiss, you know, for in a way. So that's how you don't lose the magic with it, you know?
Yeah. I think it's super important to like keep it like, what's the word? Like you have to, whatever you're doing, you have to kind of keep it fresh in the way of like, you're not going to get tired of it.
Right. For yourself, you know? Of course, you have to think about your audience naturally, but you have to think about yourself as well. So something that you mentioned earlier, a question you kind of asked, like, has it affected me exploring music outside of what I do on Just JP? Not at all. To be honest, I've probably done more explorations now on my own, like without the camera, like just whatever. So for example, what I've been listening to recently, I've been listening to a lot of doom metal, to be honest.
Doom metal?
Doom metal. Just but I think you know me. You know I go through phases, right?
Yeah.
Like there's my road that I can always come back to. You have bands that you can always come back to. But I like to like go off and try different things. There's a world of food out there. How are you not going to try it? You know, you never know what you're going to like or not. So a month ago, I was really, really getting into Tribe Called Quest with Midnight Marauders.
Oh, yeah. Brian loves a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, like I got really, really like, I just listened to the album like 50 times straight. Like I was absorbed in it, you know? Now I got it on the back burner. I've absorbed it. And I'm right now kind of in like a doom metal, post metal kind of phase, you know? But I'm on the edge where I'm almost out of it now. I don't know where I'll go next, but you know, so I really do still explore a lot of stuff on my own because that's part of the magic.
Is there still like a type of genre that you're sticking to with Just JP?
Yeah, my channel is pretty much like 70s progressive rock, older classic rock in general. But I still do toss in a few surprises every once in a while, you know, just to keep it fresh a little bit, keep people on their toes, so to speak, you know. But yeah, but like I said, I think one of the cool things about doing reactions, and even though I don't watch a lot of reaction channels, like what I've noticed at least, everyone kind of has their niche, you know? So you got the people that react to metal, you got the people that react to 70s progressive rock, really. You got the rap reactions. And it's really cool because you can kind of choose your reaction channel according to what you want to, you know, what's the word, engage with, you know? So it's cool to hear people that haven't heard a certain type of music getting into it, you know? So I think that's kind of what's cool about my channel and the other channels that do the same type of genres that I do, is there's like a kind of community between us. There's not a competition,
right?
Because we don't choose the popular music, you know. Our music is not the popular type. So you know that it's genuine. You know that it's like there because you actually enjoy the music. Yeah. If I started the channel and I didn't like progressive 70s music, I wouldn't have stuck with it.
I think JPMP,
I would have moved on. You
I
know?
think JPMP could be a really good way for me to like, now that I feel like I'm at that point, I feel like I'm at that point of like, okay, like I'm ready to like be okay with feeling a certain way, like
Mm-hmm.
or like when you listen to music, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
listen to your albums, like you get lost in it.
Yeah.
There's sometimes like I think there's points in people's lives where like it just gets hindered, like
Mm-hmm.
almost like something telling you like that you can't have fun,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's the
you
Karen.
know?
It's the Karen of the music world in your mind.
Yeah, and
Stopping you from skateboarding on the stairs. She doesn't even own the place. She's just walking by with her diet, whatever she's eating, and she's
her
walking her
diet,
poodle.
whatever.
And you're just like, let me skate on the stairs. And she's like, I want to call the manager. And you're like, what? Just want to keep walking. Why are you involving yourself in my life? And Karen's over here. She's like, oh, get off the stairs. You're going to leave marks. And a security guard comes over and he's like, what's going on? And Karen, she just dominates the conversation, not even letting you speak. You're a little shy 12-year-old kid with a little skateboard, your first skateboard, you got your little cute helmet, and this random woman's just telling you, don't skip the stairs. It's your house. That's the thing. It's your house. It's your stairs. You can. Who is this Karen? It's your next door neighbor, and that's the inhibition of music in your mind.
My point being
Sorry, you had a point.
no, there was one point that you got it, and like you just went with them, like okay, just let them take
I'm
it.
sorry. Go on.
No, like there is something sometimes that tells us like, hey, like you don't have time for this. You don't have time to listen to this album or be okay with like listening to the album to see if you like it. Because our life is so much like go, 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 go all the time.
Unfortunately.
And then when things happen in your life, you're just like, wow, like maybe life isn't that serious.
Right.
And so like that's a really long-winded way of me saying like I think it'd be good to like I would love to see like stuff that you would recommend like that I listen to, like an album, whatever, and then we can come back and like review that on here because I'm becoming a blank slate again for all of this.
I just gave you one, Abbey Road.
I will listen to it.
I just gave it to you.
I will listen to it because wait, hang on. Audience. Dude, audience.
Oh, you just like, did a zoom in. Can I do that? How do I do that?
Here's no, you can't. You need a good camera. Here's the craziest thing, and here's a really big reason why music is important. The children of the future, like my kid, they need to be like seasoned. They need to be educated in music. So like I can't just play Chevelle and Slipknot for her. I can't. Like she enjoys it and I see her headbanging and it's great. Have you ever seen a 2-year-old headbang?
I've seen a few videos.
It's beautiful, especially the Corey Taylor's voice.
Understood.
It's a very, very beautiful thing.
I can only imagine.
And so what I'm saying is this is good because I like to play it on like a speaker and I like to see her reaction too. What type of music does she like? Dude, my kid, when we took a little trip, we had like a drum set there and she was playing drums. She would wake up in the morning, she'd grab the stick, she would finagle herself up on the throne and she would be like, I'm like, oh my goodness. She needs to be taught. She needs to be taught more than just one genre of music. And who's going to teach her that?
That's the whole point of raising a child. You give them the choices. You give them the choices, and whatever they choose, you help them to blossom into what they want.
Exactly. So I don't know if my kid's going to be a drummer. I don't know if she's going to be like a drummer or a guitarist or whatever. But like I do know that like her dad loves music. That's like the one thing that has like been a constant even through his like career and like what he does for a living. Music has always been a very integral part. So like I have to teach her that there's more than one genre of music.
Yeah, she's going to grow up hating music and wants nothing to do with it.
I mean, we'll cross that road when we get to it.
That's what I'm hearing right now. She wants to be like, she wants to play football or soccer.
No,
or
she's like,
something.
no, she'll be like, I want to be an accountant. Excuse me?
Yeah. I want to count numbers.
I want to count numbers, and Mom, Dad, I can make $200K a year. All right.
But where's your soul?
Yeah, but are you even living if you're making
Are you
200K
living?
a year? By that time, JPMP and Just JP have been making like 500K a year, respectively.
That's nice. That sounds like a really nice something. That sounds something.
Everyone subscribe to Just JP. Don't bother subscribing here.
Don't bother subscribing here. At least watch a little bit. If you've made it this far, by the way, just thank you already. Hey, if you've made it this far in just our random conversation, thank you. That's
also, what other topics would you like me and Justin to like talk about?
Yeah, we're open to ideas. We're open to some fun. We're open to whatever situations you put us in.
Yes, I'm enjoying more so like the free flow catch up style.
How's that toothpick treating you?
I've been on this for about 45 minutes. So
yeah, it's been bending. A lot of angles going on. You know.
I have this like, I don't know why. It's a twitchy thingy.
That's what you think.
But anyway, Justin, I mean, I'll listen to Abbey Road. Maybe the next time we come together.
That was so good. Hey,
we could kind of.
You surprised me on that one. That's good. That's
Thanks,
good.
Orlando. Yeah, maybe the next time we do this again.
You already said it. Okay.
Yeah, we can talk
Discuss,
about it.
Engage.
Are we allowed to do that?
Sure. I should be finished with the album by that time, so that'd be okay.
Is that cannibalizing?
No such thing. Everybody's enjoying each other.
I was trying to see if that was a song.
No. Octopus Garden. So
anyway, dude, that's all I had to. I enjoyed this.
I'm out of breath. I have nothing else to say. This is like after a recording session. I got no more talking.
This is great. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I feel like I was able to get a lot off my chest.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And then next episode, let's talk about Abbey Road.
All right. Just like how last time we said that we're going to talk about Jakku from DJ Crush. Just like that happened.
Well, what did you think about it? I thought it was great. How about you?
It's pretty nice.
There we go.
It's very nice.
I thought it was great. I like it. I like the.
Yeah, but what about the? Anyways, as you guys can tell, I think that this video is slowly but surely coming to an end. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Manny, I hope that you don't mind me ending the video because it seemed like we were on that downward spiral. It's a 9 Inch Nails reference.
You already know how we think, dude. Yeah, you already know how we think already.
Gotcha. So guys, thank you so much for watching to this point. If you did, hopefully you enjoyed just a very casual conversation, as it just feels good. You know, like I said, we haven't talked in a while. We definitely haven't talked musically in a while. So this was just a nice little catch up for us. So I hope that you guys just enjoyed your time here. Of course, and as always, and with any YouTube channel, you can do the subscribe thing, you can do the like thing, you can do the share thing. You guys know what to do. It's YouTube. I've done it before. I never know which side it's on, but there's something over here. There's something over there. There's a guy over there. Guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. We will talk to you another time, hopefully soon. Bye.
Bye.